Now we'll learn about adding gradient to image and text. So here, let me take this particular image from here, and to show you guys this class, first I want to add a gradient, and I told that I'll be showing it on an image as well as on a text. But here you guys can see like I don't have any text in any of my pictures here, okay? So what I'll be doing, I'll be just manually typing. I'll just take a different class on type tool. But basically, just to let you guys know about the basic, we can just come here on the T icon here on the toolbar, and I can just click here. You can see like now I do have the option like how I want to type. So I will be typing here, okay? So I can start typing from here, okay? So I'll just increase the size, otherwise I'll just cut. So as you can see here, okay, I have this Calabri and I have selected bold italic, and now I want to fix the size, but by default now it have only till 72. So from here I will come and I'll write it manually around 400, okay, and I will write Louis Vuitton, okay, and I have selected, I'll just select this particular text. Then I can just put a color to it according to my need. So I'll just put this particular color. I'll just click on OK, and I will just drag it down the place I want. Okay. Otherwise, I can also take it down if I want. I will put it here, and I'll be selecting both of this text, and I'll just center align it. And yes, I can manually center align it. So here you can see I have added a text, and how I have added a text. And from here you can see I do have the spacing option. Like if I want to increase the leading. So leading is just the spacing between both the words here. Okay, so if I just increase it from here, you can see the spacing will change. Okay, just go back again. I'll come here, and yes, I do have this. And what is this? By mistake created. So now, as I have also deleted that particular thing, which I just created by mistakenly, and now I need to start working on putting on the gradient. And before that, I'll just change this to 500. Okay, let me just select this particular thing. Okay, I some problem here. Click on enter. I will select this thing. I'll cut. And my system is kind of slow right now, so I'm having difficulty here with my system. But no problem with that. We'll just move on with the class. I do again have my this one. I just went back and I got it, and I have also fixed the size. The size I want is 500 here, and I have also increased the spacing. The spacing I can increase from here, otherwise I can write it from here, and otherwise I can just do like this from here. As you can see, it will increase the spacing. And this is the spacing between the words. If I want to use any spacing between my words, I can do that. Otherwise, here you can see I do have spacing between my words. Okay, so hope you guys have understood till this much. And here you can see I do also have the options if I want all caps, like small. First it will be a small cap, after that a superscript and subscript. So if you have used Illustrator or InDesign or any software which is by Adobe, we do get all these options. Like these are quite similar. Okay, so now let's directly go to gradient. So to go to gradient, here you can see I did choose my text here, and after that what I'll be doing, I'll be adding a gradient here. So here, as you can see, a option of adding a layer style. So I'll click here. After clicking here, just underneath the color overlay, you can see I do have the gradient overlay. Okay, so I'll click on the gradient overlay, and after clicking on the gradient overlay, I will have a page up here. Okay, as you can see, I do have a particular page here. Okay, so I'll just keep it here. Otherwise, I'll just move my image somewhere here that you guys can see the changes it will take. So for here, I do have different type of modes here. Okay. And if I want to change the opacity, I can change the opacity as well. Okay. I'll keep it on 100% as I'm going to add a gradient. Okay. So here you can see I do have different kind of gradient here, which I can use. Uh, Here I do have many kind of gradients I can choose from here. Okay, this one kind of looks good with this image, and we can just do experiment as I have told you guys before. And here I will just select my own gradient. So for that, I'll come here in the gradient option. So I'll double click here, and after double clicking, you guys can see once I click here, okay, it will take me to this particular page. So from here I will choose from which color I want to start my gradient. So let me take this color, okay, and I'll click on OK, and after that I'll come here and I'll double click here on this point, and I will take another color. Okay, which color I want. uh I'll just take something in green. Okay, so I'll just click on OK here, and I can just click on OK from here. So here you can see uh, my color here, which I have just created, and I can also make it reverse. You can see it will start from this one and end here. Okay, and the style which I'm using is linear style. If I want a radial style, it will kind of show like that. But as it's a word, it will be good if I use the linear option. Okay, so diamond option is there. Okay, like if I do have any diamond object, you guys will understand better. This one is the reflected, so I can use all that, but for me I'll keep it on linear. And you can align it with the layer, or if you don't want to align it with the layer, you can just click on this particular option here. I can also angle it down. Okay, here you can see the angle of the color. It will also vary. How if I change it from here, you can see, you can get the preview from here. Okay, so I can do it from here the way I want. And suppose I have set a particular thing and now I don't like it. Okay, So in that case, what I'm going to do is I can reset the alignment, okay? I can actually reset all these things, okay? And after that, here I can do the scaling as well, okay? Here you can see the preview here in this particular screen. And for that, I need to just click on this. Otherwise, I won't be able to see what all changes I'm making here, okay? So if I on that, it's good. I will be able to see. And here I do have linear. I do have the classic, okay? So I'll be choosing the perceptual. And from here, what I can do is I can make it as the default, okay? And I can also make it a new style. Like if I want to use it for my different project, I can just create a new style or a preset of this particular coloring or the gradient, okay? So I will just make this one as new style, and I will just include the layer effects, include layer blending option, add to my current library, and I'll click on OK from here. So this particular uh, gradient and all the system is being saved, and I have also selected it reverse. So this particular thing is now saved, and now if I want to use this, I can use it for my different projects as well. Okay, and I'll also show you guys if you all want to take any kind of gradients from online and how we can apply it here. Okay, so uh, from here I will just go to the website called Gradient, okay, gradient.com. So here you can see I do have a different type of gradient. So recently we started working with gradient, and before, like, I didn't had much idea about gradient, like why the people use it. It doesn't look that great. But after using it, I got to understand that it depends. It totally depends on how you actually use it, okay? If you're not using it properly, then obviously it will look bad. But once we start using it in a proper manner, in a particular way, okay, then obviously it will always look really nice. And I do have many pages of gradient here which we can use, and the blend of color is quite beautiful, as you guys can see. And now the question is how you guys will be able to get these gradients on your Photoshop, okay? So I'll just show you guys the simple way. So you want to start here, okay? And here you can see a code here. So what I'll do is I'll just copy using my mouse, okay? I will just copy this one. I'll go to my this Photoshop and go to the effects again. Open the gradient overlay. Okay, so after coming here, I will click on this, come here. Okay, and here you can see I will just delete this and I'll paste this here, and I'll click on OK. The same way I will come here again, choose this particular color, take this one, copy, come again here, and I have selected already this end. Now I'll select uh, this end here, and now I will paste this and I will click on OK, and here, yes, now it looks good. So I have kept it in the middle. Okay, and I will click on OK, and you can see that I do have this particular gradient here. Okay, so here is the gradient, and here is my text, and here is my blend. And I can also blend it according to my need and want. I can move the angle, you can see. I can scale it the way I want. I can just reverse it if I want to. Okay, I can do all that here. I can also blend it a little bit. Okay, So this looks good. So I hope you guys have got an idea of what it is, basically how we can add gradient to the image or the text. And like now I have shown you guys like how we can actually add the gradient to the particular text. And now I'll show you like how we can add the gradient in the whole total picture or the image. Okay. After selecting here, I'll come down. Okay. So here, like in my text, I do have few options. Okay. So if I want to change the width, like if I want to change the horizontal scaling, what I can do is I can click from here. You can see I can scale it horizontally, and in the same way I can scale it vertically as well. Okay, so I do have this one. I'll go to my layers again, and now I told you I want to show you guys that I want to change the gradient of the image as well. So what I'll do is, as I have told you, like when it's in lock, this background, okay, I can't change it, like I can't move it. Here you can see it's locked. So one way is I can just unlock this, then it will be named as layer 1 by default. What I can do is I'll just double click on this one, then I'll just type main, like as this one is the main image, so I'll just save it as main. And now here you can see when I have saved it as main, I can now actually put gradient to it. Okay, I can actually change, but I won't change the setting from here. I will come down here, I will select the gradient overlay, and after that the same page will appear. And here you can see I do have the gradient. So by default, the last gradient I use, which will come here. Let's see, I do have different blending mode. I use dissolve, nothing happened. Here, if I darken, multiply, like we can actually see which one looks better here. Okay, linear burn. I do have so many which I can use here, and it depends according to our need. We can do vivid light. So the one which I'll be using is uh multiply one. Okay, so here I will just click on OK, and you see I do have the gradient totally over my image. Okay, so now as you guys might be thinking, okay, now it doesn't look that great, so what we can do here. Okay, so if here I want to just again view this particular thing, what I can do is I can just view this one, select this, go back. So from here, okay, I did have some problem here, so I'll just go back again. So from here, now what I want to do is I just selected this text. And now here from this color option, I can change the color here, okay? So here on top, you can see this is the white color and this is the dark black color, okay? And any color from here, I can choose it according to my need. And here also, basically, I can put up any different kind of gradient if I want. Now as I have just off this gradient here, the gradient and the gradient overlay. So let me just take this particular color here and let me take this one and let me choose this as, okay, let me take this here. Okay, I can do according to the way I want. Okay, so I'll just click on OK. So here I hope you guys have understood how if I don't want this particular gradient, how I can do it. And if I want to again put any new gradient, I can put it from here. If I want to log this, I can log this as well. Okay. And here, if I want to show, it depends on me. If I want to enable layer effects, I can enable the layer effects again. Okay. Here again, if I click on right, if I want to disable layer effect, I can disable the layer effect. Okay. And here, this is the main picture. So I'll just off this one. Okay. Let's see this image here. And I'll just off this as well. So as you can see, this is the main image, but I will just on this, put on the effects again. Here you see other gradient which I have put on top of this. Okay. So here, I guess you guys have got a clear idea about how we can actually use gradient here. So hope this was clear, and I have also showed you guys how we can increase the weight, like how we can increase the size of this particular letters or the text. And no worries about text, we'll learn in some other classes where I'll be explaining everything about text, like how we can actually use text in this Photoshop if you want to write anything. But I hope you guys have understood the basic of like how you can write something in a picture. Okay. And here, as I've told you, like you can log and everything if you guys want to use this, like log transparent pixels and everything like that. Like if I want to log the image pixels, I can do that as well. Okay. And if I want to hide anything from here, if I want to log any options from here, I can do all those from here as well. Okay. And in this particular application, if any effects which I don't want, okay, like suppose I don't want this gradient overlay no more. So what I can do is I'll just take this gradient overlay, and here you can see the trash. I can just keep it on the trash. So I have just deleted that directly. So here I'd have deleted. If I also want to delete this gradient or any effect from here, I can delete it from here. And here just after that, I do have like if I want to create a new layer, I can create a new layer. Okay, if I want to create a new group, like suppose we do have too many things here, but the similar things I want to keep it in a group, like heading, subheading, which we'll be learning later. And this is you guys might be familiar with all this if you have used any other application by Adobe. So hope this class was clear and you got to learn. So in this class we have learned about so many things, and we also learned about like how we can actually fix image using levels. We have learned about vibrance, about the hue, about how we can chase just a particular single color. And we also learned about how we can take our image from black and white. We also learned the most important part of this lesson, which is how we can add a particular gradient, which just enhances the quality of our image. Okay. Or once we use the gradient properly, the right gradient on the right places, then our image quality or the image will look quite beautiful. And I hope you guys will use it on your project. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this class and learned about Photoshop. Now, in next class, we'll be moving on shapes, like how we can create shapes, how we can actually uh, do a specific size document, like how we can create those. So hope to see you all in the next tutorial where we'll be learning about all these things and the class is getting more interesting. Hope to see you all in the next tutorial. Take care and bye for now.